Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today on Nerd Sports, we're going to talk about Randall Jeffries in California. Through a DNA test, we found out that this milkman from back in the 1950s to 60s fathered 800 children. That was it. I got nothing else. And then someone sent me this. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Trying to wrap my head around that. I mean, that's like Dale Murphy and Sean Kemp all rolled into one.
What's really sad is he was happy about it because he thought he was sterile. And now because of the DNA test, he's fathered like 800 children. So that was
Tell
like
me he was a sperm donor. Wait, can you?
No, he was a milkman. That's even funnier.
You can hear me, right? Because it says mute on my screen. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I can hear you. No, if you go over something, it'll
Okay,
say,
I see. All right, never mind. Never
it's
mind.
just the mute button.
Never mind. See, we figured it out.
Victory.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. All right. So it was a good weekend of football.
It was a lot of game changers.
Oh man.
And a lot of surprises.
All right, so let's unpack this first. So the first game was let me get helps if I'm prepared here. Look at me, everybody. Ha 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 ha. All right. Come on. There we go. Wild card weekend. Okay, so first game that we're gonna unpack. And I say unpack, we're just gonna kind of go over. We picked the Bengals to beat the Raiders. Now, let's take this into consideration. I saw a tweet the other day that said nobody has ever had a tweet that described a Bengals playoff win because the last time that the Bengals won a playoff game was 2 years before text messaging came out. Well, they broke that streak. They can no longer say that after Saturday because the Bengals came out and they made the first playoff game in NFL history, which each team had made four field goals.
Sorry. Did you hear that like little beep?
No, it's just the government tapping our lines. It's all
okay. Just as long as it's government,
right? It just it's like birds aren't real. They're actually drones. Okay. It's the first NFL playoff game in history where each team made 4 field goals. But the Bengals came out on top 19-26. So the honeymoon's over with the Las Vegas Raiders. They can go back and start hitting the strip clubs on the strip and drown their misery in the free booze as long as they're on the floor playing slots.
Sluts, you mean, right?
That too.
Okay.
Just don't drink and drive. Don't drive and drink. And if you're going to drink, get an Uber. And for God's sake, don't drive your expensive exotic sports car at 126 miles an hour and plow into a soccer mom's minivan. That happened. Anyway.
I know.
Overall, we went 4 for 6 for our picks this weekend. However, our first speed bump, we picked the Patriots to beat the Bills. And if you remember correctly, if you will roll back the tape and look at the footage, I told you that I kind of had a feeling that the Bills were going to win that game, but something told me to pick the Patriots.
It's like that second guessing thing on your
47-17.
I know. That was a beating.
Jared Allen became the first quarterback in Buffalo history with 5 passing TDs and no interceptions in a playoff game. Now, why this is important? It's a caveat to the fact that for the first time in an NFL game, period, an offense basically pitched a perfect game. They scored touchdowns on every drive except for the victory kneel downs at the end of the game. They had no punts, no field goals, and no interceptions.
Fuck.
And they did it against a top 5 defense.
That's pretty good.
That was a beatdown of epic proportions. Then we're going to go into the Eagles visiting Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defending Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, the number 2 seed Buccaneers. We picked the Bucs to win that one. They did 31-15. Because remember, I told you Tom Brady's going to come out with kind of a chip on his shoulder because the last team to beat him in a Super Bowl was the Eagles. Granted, it's a different Eagles team, but still, he had a vendetta, and I think he took it out on the Eagles pretty harshly. Mike Evans was the first player in Tampa Bay history with over 100 receiving yards, one receiving touchdown in a playoff game. Tampa Bay is going to be dangerous, man, because they're going to play. I believe they're going to play the Rams in Tampa Bay, and the winner of this next game, we also got this game wrong. With the Cowboys over the 49ers. Now, score says 23-17 San Francisco. Dallas had 14 or 15 penalties against themselves. That is a team postseason record. That's not a sigh of relief. That is a sigh of frustration, exacerbation.
Yeah.
And just total disappointment. I mean, seriously. The Cowboys, they go 12.
Disappointment.
They go 12. They go 12-5. They win their division, basically going away. They had the number 3 seed. San Francisco had to win to get in.
Yeah.
They wrapped up the 6 seeds. Yeah, no, they were the 6th seed. And then they turn around and they come into Dallas, into Jerry World, into the Death Star, AT&T Stadium, and they win. And I'm just sitting there going, seriously? I mean, I had my Leighton Vander Esch jersey on. I'm pacing up and down the floor because I'm sitting there going, I'm like, all right, this is going to come down to it. And then what does Dak Prescott, what does he do?
Pull a Tony Romo?
No. He runs up the middle with basically 4 seconds left on the clock. And this is a rule that I don't agree with. The referee has to touch the ball and in order to give the defense a chance to set up before the next offensive snap. Now, if you're going to keep this rule in play, temporarily stop time for a period of like 2 or 3 seconds, and just in time. And as soon as that referee gets his hand off the ball, start the time. Pure, plain and simple. Because that referee, that back judge who was responsible for setting the ball was out of position. He ran over Dak. He ran over the center, ran over the guard, pushed everybody out of the way, and they didn't have time to snap the ball. Game over. And then the referees ran off the field. Cowboys fans were throwing trash at the referees. Dak Prescott initially said, he's like, he thought that the fans were throwing trash at the team, and he kind of sounded off about it. Then he realized, oh, they're throwing trash at the referees. And then he made the comment, good for them. Right? Like he was backing backing the fans up. Well, apparently he went back and retracted his statement. Oh, I apologize. It was unprofessional of me. It's like, shut up, dude.
Now
you guys screwed the pooch on this game in a royal fashion. You beat yourselves. I mean, and you in hindsight, you kind of needed to see it coming, because it's kind of like a baseball team that goes out and scores 20 runs one game, and then the next night their offense just absolute dog water. It's kind of like that. It's like, they go off and score 51 points against the Eagles the last week of the season, and then they come out and they're slow, they're stale, they can't move the ball, they can't run the ball. I mean, I'm just sitting there going, are you kidding me right now? It was ridiculous. I mean, it was embarrassing. Not necessarily to be a Cowboys fan in per se, but it was just embarrassing to watch them just flail about the field the way that they did. And then they made some adjustments coming out for the second half. And yeah, sure, they started moving the ball a little bit, but they didn't do what it needed, what they needed, because every time they had a really, really great play, like a long play, it got called back. Because why? Oh, because some offensive lineman decided that he wanted to hold where he didn't need to be holding because he was away from the play. Like, are you serious right now? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so nonsensical. It was, I mean, it was fodder for every cowboy hater in America. And I mean, it was a beautiful day for them. But dude, that victory, I mean, that loss right there, rather, it should have been had. I mean, literally. I mean, the Cowboys figured out a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I mean, at no point did they lead during this game, but they had every opportunity to make big plays. But they just kept shooting themselves in the foot. And that's not to take credit away from San Francisco, because they came out. And I mean, this is the first time that they've ever beaten Dallas on the road in the postseason. I mean, they were previously 0-2 going into that series, So, I mean, good job on San Francisco's part. I mean, great, awesome. The running joke continues to happen for the Cowboys. And, of course, you got all these Cowboys fans that are like, well, it's always going to be that way as long as Jerry Jones is the owner. Well, no, that's a fucking cop out. I'm sorry. That's just not something that just needs to be said anymore, because it's just old hat. You've got a coaching staff. I mean, your defensive coordinator, he's freaking awesome. Dan Quinn, love the guy. Bring him back. Awesome.
But there's like rumors that they're getting rid of the head coach, Mike McCarthy.
You know what?
But it's only rumors. I really doubt
if it's rumors. I don't want to say maybe get rid of the guy. Is it a possibility? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the guy's won one Super Bowl, and he did it with Aaron Rodgers. Oddly enough, at AT&T Stadium when the Super Bowl came here.
Yeah.
But I on the bright side, we don't have to suffer through another potentially heartbreaking loss at the next level. So the Cowboys get everybody's hopes up. I think Stephen A. Smith from ESPN, who is an unabashed Cowboy hater, he's like, the Cowboys are set up in a certain way to where they'll build you up and knock your socks off in the regular season, and then they're going to lose in the first round. It's just something that they do. It's almost like a tradition, so why mess with something that's broke, right? But moving on. What turned out to be Ben Roethlisberger's last game in the NFL. The Steelers went into Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs beat them 42-21. So, I mean, Ben Roethlisberger, he had a couple of, I think he had at least one touchdown pass in that game. Kansas City they were just too hot for him. That's all there is to it. The last game was the Monday night game. It was the Cardinals versus the Rams. And we picked the Rams to win that one. And I said that they were probably going to win going away on that one. The Rams did, basically 34-11. So the way that the playoff picture looks now is, let me get over here to the schedule. We're going to move on to the divisional round. The Bengals are going to go to Tennessee to play the number 1 seed, Tennessee Titans.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers are going to go to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field to play the Packers, who's also the number 1 seed. Both of those games are going to be on Saturday. The Sunday games are going to be the LA Rams going to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers, and the Buffalo Bills are going to come to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Those are both of the Sunday games right there. So right now we're down to the Elite 8, basically. And I mean, this week's picks, I don't know. Let me try to make some sense of this here. Cincinnati's kind of hot right now. They're on a streak.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of playing above their batting average right now, though. But Tennessee's had a week off. So they're rested. They've been practicing. I mean, they know who they're playing. They've had game plans prepared for both of them. So now they're just putting it into practical application. So I think we're going to take the Titans over the Bengals. Let me see something here.
Yeah, but last time the Bengals were actually at the Super Bowl, I mean, was like 1989. So
Yeah, and they played the 49ers, which up to that point in time before the Buccaneers pulled it off last year was the closest thing to a home game for the for the quote unquote home team, because they played the 49ers at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. So, and they lost that game to the 49ers, the Joe Montana 49ers. Speaking of the 49ers at the Packers. I'm taking the Packers. Just because they've had the rest. They're probably one of the, if not the single-handedly most potent offense out there right now. It's just Aaron Rodgers is just kind of balling right now. And he's got the receiving core and the running backs to back up his talk.
Yeah.
Pure, plain and simple. Next week, or the following day, Sunday game, the first game at 2:00 Central Time, is going to be the Rams at the Bucks. I am going to take the Bucks over the Rams. No, it's not because of a Tom Brady thing, because if you notice, I'm wearing my Dallas Mavericks jersey. I'm not wearing my Tom Brady jersey, either one of them right now. So while I am going to pull for the Buccaneers, it would be kind of cool to see a Tampa Bay, Tennessee Super Bowl. But again, I'm not going to get ahead of myself because the Titans have to get past Cincinnati this week. If they can do that, more likely they're going to end up playing the Chiefs for the AFC Championship. And that's going to be an amazing game. I mean, just absolutely amazing game. Those are going to be next week's games for the conference championships. That's going to be a big breakdown. And then we're going to kind of have like a 1 or 2 week lull. I think it's going to be a 1 week, or like a 1 week kind of like a lull, like a calm before the storm, before the Super Bowl. And I think we should do something special for that particular game. I mean, not necessarily film it during the game, because then we'll get into trouble with the NFL. But I don't know. I don't know. And this is going to take some editing on your part, but I mean, maybe we've figure out a way to go watch the game together or something like that at Buffalo Wild Wings or someplace like that.
Well, here's the thing. We can't, no matter where we go and everything like that to watch the game, we can actually watch the game.
Yeah. Okay? But we can't record
anything. We can have our reaction. We just can't show any of the game.
Yeah, I just can't show any part of the game. And I'm surprised that the NFL to this point has let us get away with the show right now. But hey, what are you going to do? You're going to come out there and stop everybody? Papers, please.
But there are ways around that. A lot of people do it, like for UFC when it's pay-per-view and everything. Guy watches it on Twitch.
What I see a lot happen is sometimes too nowadays is people going live on TikTok.
Yeah,
and I'm like, should probably do that. That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that for TikTok and everything like that. Although we need to start writing scripts for TikTok so we can get a little bit of a TikTok vibe going.
Yeah, I can do that. So this last game, the Bills at the Chiefs. This game, I do not know. I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean,
it is so weird.
But I mean, with the way that Buffalo is playing right now, and then you got the Chiefs, and I'm like, oh, dude, I don't know, man. I mean,
yeah, because they're playing their hearts out.
Yeah, let me look at something here. Let me see if I can find
Angry Cop. God, I can't remember his actual real name, but Angry Cop. He went to the Bills game and he brought his motivation fire truck. He built this
Yeah.
fire truck, dude. It has a TV on it. It does drinks and everything. It was so fucking awesome. But they also have and I found this out like through like him too, was the I think the Bills Mafia or the Buffalo
Yeah.
Mafia.
Yeah, the Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia. How they got the it set up, and ESPN was up there. They were gonna do like a segment on them, but Barstool was like, hey, can we do this? It was like, no, we already agree with Barstool. ESPN, they can cut it, but we're ESPN. And they're like, no, you can have the mayonnaise hot dog. And ketchup's the guys and mayonnaise is girls.
Yeah.
So they're basically, that was their one up. But they also have this bowling ball where you take shots from. It if you get a chance, take a look at I think it's on Barstool. Take a look at the Bills Mafia. It is so energetic how these guys react.
Right. Okay. So according to CBS.com, I'm looking to see who's favored. Um, all right, come on. Yeah. Let me see here. All right, so the Chiefs are a 2-point favorite at home in the latest NFL odds. And this is coming from Caesar's Sportbook.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but they lost to the Bills at home, 38-20 in Week 5. But I mean, they're a 2-point favorite right now. And if the Chiefs win, this will be their 4th consecutive AFC Championship game. I don't know, man. Part of me wants to pick the Chiefs just because, I mean, it's the Chiefs right now, and they're kind of the hot hand as far as the AFC has been concerned over the last 3-4 years. However, you know what? We're going to take the Bills over the Chiefs. This is going to be the upset pick.
Yeah. I was gonna suggest the Bills only because of Angry Cop. So
Right.
I just
And then let me see here. Now, after simulating every NFL playoff game 10,000 times, so Doctor Strange had a hand in this. The model is high on the 49ers to cover the point spread, but they're 6-point underdogs against the Packers. So the Packers are favored going into that game. Let me see here. And then, okay, all right. So a guy by the name of John Breach, he's a columnist for NFL.com. I mean, CBS.com, rather. He's got the Bills upsetting the Chiefs in a thriller. Now, of course, he's got the Rams beating Tampa Bay. And I don't see that happening. And it's not because, again, it's not because it's Tampa Bay. It's not because it's Tom Brady. I think that Matthew Stafford, he's gonna pick one hell of a time to have an off game. Pure, plain and simple. That's just my gut feeling on it. I mean, this guy even goes on to, I mean, he talks about it. He was talking about the Cowboys and 49ers game. It was also being simulcast on the Nickelodeon network.
Yeah, I saw that they did the slime stuff and
He goes,
everything.
it's only
So
fitting the game was on Nickelodeon, but only because I'm pretty sure every kid watching at home on Nickelodeon could have come up with a better play call.
that's
If
true.
Mike McCarthy had been replaced in the fourth quarter by two Nickelodeon viewers, I'm fully convinced the Cowboys would have won the game. Biggest upside for the Cowboys loss for me is that I picked against them last week, and I mostly did that because there was no way that they weren't going to botch something big. The Cowboys always botch something big.
He really doesn't
So,
like the Cowboys.
no, he
Of
doesn't.
course, Troy Aikman's the same way nowadays. It's the reason why he's not really allowed to broadcast to be
He
an
made a
announcer
comment
for.
about that on his Fox broadcast.
Oh,
He was
really?
like, "Oh yeah, the other big game out there today is that everybody wishes that they could call." And then he kind of rolls his eyes, and Joe Buck was looking at him like, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about." But
He
he
can't
goes
say
on to
anything about the Cowboys. It's so freaking hilarious.
he said, "But with the Cowboys out, this means we can stop talking about them and move on to the divisional round." Oh man, I'm just
It
like,
just it's just
damn.
so brutal with the Cowboys friends because they also had that meme. You know what's going around now is like the 10-year-old stuff. It was like 10 years me versus 10 years this time, and it's just showing the same picture of an upset with the Cowboys.
Yeah. Let me see here. This guy has got. Okay, so with the head coach that Tennessee has right now, over the last in his 4 years as head coach, not only have the Titans gone 4-0 off of the bye, but they've won those 4 games by an average of 20.5 points per game. And bear in mind, Tennessee is coming off of a first round bye.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty good about that pick now. Um, this is not only the Titans coming off of a bye going into this game, but they're also likely getting back Derrick Henry, which is their premier running back. This dude cannot be stopped. I mean, when he starts running downhill, what are you watching?
Oh, I was. Something just popped up on my freaking screen.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
No, I'm watching Gordon Gecko on money, exploration, and capitalism.
Okay.
Well, the Wall Street,
Okay. Okay. No, you don't have to
1987.
explain because the more you try to explain, the less legitimate of an explanation it sounds like. Um,
I
the
can
Bengals
turn
have
the
never
screen
won
and
a road.
show.
No, it's totally okay because we don't need to get canceled. The Bengals have never won a road playoff game in franchise history. They are a total of 0-7 going into this coming week. Um,
But by the way, did you know you can get a Pornhub on your Roku stuff? No, just putting it. Okay, carry on.
How can I put this? I don't need porn.
I know that. I was just trying to get the. I gotta
The
put my.
obligatory,
I gotta put.
the obligatory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I have to say some ridiculous stuff just so I can
See
get that.
now it's up to Maria to decide as to whether or not that was a legitimate sigh or not.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's just a sigh. It only
That's
counts.
true.
Yeah,
See there's a second one.
yeah.
Okay. Good God.
uh, and if
Um,
you're just listening, and if you're just starting to listen to us, and you're trying to get the inside joke, at one of our episodes, our super fan Maria had decided to count how many sides that I forced Johnny to take, and it was 16, 18. I'm trying to pump up to my numbers up to 20
yeah, because
for
those are
this
rookie
year.
numbers, bro. You got to pump
Yeah,
them up.
those are rookie numbers. So I have to come up with some weird stuff to talk about. Like no, I don't know if we can get canceled from that. We might, yeah. Anyways, carry on.
You weren't going to bring up your burgeoning fetish or developing fetish for transvestite Oscar Foxtrot pages.
Yeah, because you can get those for free on Pornhub. Why pay
Don't
for
forget
it?
about X videos.
Yeah. No, it's talking about well, my mate, my neighbor who watches us too, Tony. Shout out to Tony.
Are you saying that you and Tony watch porn together?
No, this is what happened. There's a guy that lives in the other room in the apartment complex.
Mhm.
And one day he comes up and he just screams out, "Show me your dick, show me your dick, show me your dick." I was like, and me and Tony just looked at each other going, we're smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, well, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead
That
and
escalated quickly. Yeah.
yeah, that was weird. Anyways, so I was smoking my cigarette, George was out, and he just goes back to his apartment. And I go to Tony and he's like, dude, you know what he said? He's like, I was like, what did he say? He's like, he said that he would really like to get that young man in his apartment. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. What's young man? You're kind of young compared to him, aren't you? Fuck. Okay, that's gonna make things awkward. But anyways, and we just carried on and the lifetime and everything like that. He's like, but if you think about it, you can basically you have a chance. Just saying. I was like, dude, I'd rather fucking go to the Walmart and get me a freaking thing of Crisco and fuck that. And that was the end of my story. And there's two. Oh, it was three? Okay, I'll take three.
Okay. Well, okay. So we had picked the Packers to win over the Niners. I had forgotten one important thing.
Wasn't there like a player that's that had COVID in the 49ers?
No. The Packers might be the top seed in the NFC and the favorite to win this game. But the writer of this article said I can't automatically pick them to win here, and that's mostly because no team has been better at choking in the playoffs over the past 2 years than Green Bay. So yeah,
I can't really say that because they've actually won a couple of Super Bowls in the past couple of years, haven't they?
no, just the one.
Just the one.
Yeah,
So it's not inherently.
but they
true.
hosted Tampa Bay last year in the NFC Championship game at home and lost spectacularly. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so because the last time uh the last time that Green Bay played San Francisco, Green Bay barely beat them 30-28. So we'll see. We're going to stick with the Packers. So there is that.
That wasn't on me.
And then also, fun fact: Jimmy Garoppolo, who's the quarterback for San Francisco, has never thrown a professional pass in a game where it's under 40 degrees. So not only is he dealing with cold weather, but he's also dealing with multiple injuries, a shoulder sprain, and a torn ligament in his throwing hand on his thumb. If you've ever gone outside in the cold with an injury, you know that that injury always feels about 47 times worse. Packers were the only team in the NFL that went undefeated at home this year, and now they get to play a home game in weather that's going to make Lambeau feel like a giant igloo. So yeah, let's see what the predicted weather is for that game.
Oh wow. Here's something. Here's something weird and strange. Warriors, basketball team, distanced themselves from their owner because he said something controversial. He said, when NBA says they stand for justice, don't forget that those are those who sell their soul for money and business, like at Charmath, the owner of the Warriors, who said nobody cares about what happened to. I can't even say this. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get the
Stephen
official
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking on this one because it's an African name. Even misspelled it. Oh, okay. It's not Africa, it's China. I fucked up. Weavers genocide
Okay.
in China.
Wow.
Let me look at this. Oh, it was China's deprogramming camps. Believers arrested in let me wow, this is weird. Actually, we might want to cover this on
What the hell?
what the hell?
Okay. Well, it
Because I
says
this after later they were abolished in 2013 and a 2018 law that legitimized them and uh God, come on, help me out, Stephen Hawking. Zhang Jing. Yeah, Xinjiang
look at you.
presented them as educational facilities. In fact, inmates were submitted into inhuman regiments of labor and declarations and to strong pressure to renounce their religious faith, with instances of torture such as suspicion of deaths and frequently reported.
Okay. So here's the weather for the next few days in Green Bay. Now, bear in mind, Lambeau Field is an outdoor stadium. Okay. 17 degrees for the high, -1 for the low tomorrow. Thursday is 12 with a low of -7. Friday is 16 with a high of, or with a low of 9. Saturday, it is going to be a balmy 22 degrees with a low of 0, with a 46% chance of morning snow showers with a west southwest wind of 13 miles an hour.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Bro. Oh, Green Bay's gonna, oh, they're gonna eat Jimmy G alive. Oh, God. That is gonna be brutal. Brutal. Whew. Yeah. And next weekend, if Green Bay does win, Saturday and Sunday next week, the projected long range forecast is 24 and 22 degrees for a high, respectively. Yeah, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's the kind of cold that what is it? The comedian Bob Marley from New England. He's like, it's like it. Have you ever been so cold that you cuss? Like you get outside and you're like, this is bullshit.
That's most people in Boston.
It's like he says, holy fuck, it's cold outside. This is bullshit. Like, how cold is it out there, Ma? Well, it's ball shrinking cold, let me tell you. Oh man. No baseball news to speak of whatsoever.
What's with going with the supposedly striking?
The Major League Baseball has submitted supposedly or allegedly rather a proposal to the players union for the new collective bargaining agreement.
Mm.
But we haven't heard anything yet. Either the players union is looking it over or the player union has turned it down, and Major League Baseball is trying to figure out a way to articulate in such a fashion to turn the fans against the players, which is usually par for the course.
Yeah. But other than that, we can close it up on this episode saying we're going to hang out with our super fan on Saturday.
Oh, I need to let me do this. Well, I have to work Saturday
But she won't be in until like later on in the evening.
now. Okay.
So
let me do
and the
this
only
real
thing
quick.
we're probably going to do is we're probably going to go if anything breakfast on Sunday. But I know the only thing we're going to do is we're going to go get nachos from whiskey the Wichita Brewery.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's not that big of a deal.
All right.
What are you doing?
I'm posting to our Facebook page.
Oh, okay. Also, hopefully sometime soon, we need to get together and look over that podcast stuff and see if something that we're interested in. I looked over it and it's just like flashy stuff and everything.
Yeah.
But
I said, here are our divisional round picks. Fuck Nuggets. It's good times. We love you guys. I mean, not really, but we do. Because without you, we would just be talking into complete nothingness.
Hey, we just had two dudes having a conversation.
Yeah, we wouldn't be angry me. We'd be like just two dudes.
Which I think they actually have a podcast named Two Dudes.
Two dudes and a puppy. But that just sounds like a really creepy, like fetish porn. Never
That
mind.
just
We'll
sounds
stick with
like
angry me.
bestiality. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with angry me.
We're definitely gonna
Okay.
go on that one.
Yeah, I mean that was bad. Yeah.
You need to have more fun with that damn thing. It gives me a giggle every time you do it. And sometimes I'm like, what the fuck was it? Oh, Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we have, moments where we just say something just so off the wall that it's almost like we like have verbal gonorrhea.
Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
See. But the verbal gonorrhea was, I mean, for those who do not know what verbal gonorrhea is, it's basically the clap.
I'm still wondering if two people that have the clap end up being an audience. So. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. This episode was recorded live in front of a studio audience.
Oh, okay. and she's gonna try to come to. I still gotta get with. I'm gonna do that hopefully probably tomorrow.
What are we gonna try to get her in the studio?
No, she doesn't want to do the studio. But
Okay.
she's trying. I told her that on the 12th we're gonna try to get a live show, and it's not gonna be like on live. It's gonna be recorded, but we're gonna go to the deep end and record an episode live.
Yeah, I'm totally down. I'm tracking.
Yeah, I'm so confused on the whole live thing. I know we're not going live, but we're gonna do a live episode.
We're gonna shoot in front of an audience.
Yeah, I guess that would probably be the best. But we're gonna shoot in front of an audience. Man, my brain is at this late at night. I'm just what. Where am I going with this? But we also need to shoot a video for the murder basket, which I'm gonna get the stuff some of the stuff this week. The rest of the stuff is stuff I can. The only thing I can't get is the black skulls and the bloody dagger bath bombs. I have to order it online. Hopefully it'll be shipped up for Valentine's Day, but we're going to shoot a video for that, and You're gonna like, subscribe to our YouTube page for that, and leave a comment. And that's how we're gonna get the name. The comments is basically gonna be, we just want you to like and subscribe our shit so we can seem like we're important. But
Yeah, we're doing this.
the comments.
Oh no.
But the comments is where we get your name. Hopefully it's a person that knows, so the contacting you would be a lot easier. But I'm still going to
Bottom line, don't be a shit pump. Just freaking comment on the page. And for you guys, and yes, we're using two genders here. Don't pretend to be a chick, because if we find out that you are an actual dude and you were masquerading as a chick, we are going to trash you on our next show.
I don't really give a fuck.
I do, because this is supposed to be a basket for the ladies.
I don't know. I kind of want the basket too. There might be a guy that's very, very into it, because I take bubble baths with little bath bombs. I'm securing my masculinity. Fuck you, dude. I'm securing my masculinity, motherfucker.
Hey, I am too. I mean, I get pedicures. I give a shit. I'm on my feet all day, every day. All right, fine. Fuck it. All right, we're going to open it up to both genders. Anyways. Okay. So, all in all, I think that's
And that dude
probably
could actually give it to his woman.
fine. If you want to play semantics, go right on ahead.
Dumping everybody. But I am David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
And this is Nerd Sport. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll check with you next time.
That was the whitest thing possible.
I know.